stuff for?
Honey, it's Blanche's birthday.
She here?
In the bathroom.
Washing out some things?
I reckon so.
How long's she in there?
All afternoon.
Soaking in a hot tub?
Yes.
Temperature 100 on the nose, and she's soaking herself in a hot tub?
She says it cools her off for the evening.
And you run out and get her cokes, I suppose, and serve them to Her Majesty in the tub. Sit down a minute.
Stanley, I've got things to do.
Sit down. I got the dope on your sister's side.
Stanley, stop picking on Blanche.
That girl called me common.
Lately, you've been doing all you can think of to rub her the wrong way, Stanley. And Blanche is sensitive, and you've got to realize that Blanche and I grew up under very different circumstances than you did.
So I've been told, and told, and told, and told. You know, she's feeding us a pack of lies.
No, I don't. And,
well, she has, however. And the cat's out of the bag. I found some things.
What things?
Things which I've suspected, but now I got proof from the most reliable sources, which I have checked up upon.
Lower your voice.
Some canary bird, huh?
Now please tell me quietly what you think you found out about my sister.
Lie number 1. All this squeamishness she puts on, you should see the line she's been feeding to Mitch. He thought she'd never been more than kissed by a fella. But Sister Bland is no lily. Ha! Some lily she is.
What have you heard? And who from?
Our supply man down at the plant has been going through Laurel for years, and he knows all about her, and everybody else in the town of Laurel knows all about her. She is as famous in Laurel as if she was the President of the United States, only she's not represented by a party. The supply man, he stops at a hotel called the Flamingo.
What about the Flamingo?
She stayed there too.
My sister lived at Belle Reve.
This is after the home place she slipped through her lily white fingers. She moved to the Flamingo, second-class hotel, which has the advantage of not interfering in the private social life of the personalities there. The Flamingo is used to all kinds of going-ons, but even the management was impressed by Dame Bland, that they requested her to turn in her room key for permanently. This happened a couple of weeks before she moved here.
What contemptible lies!
Sure, I can understand you're upset. She pulled the wool over your eyes as much as she pulled over Mitch's.
It's pure invention. There's not a word of truth in it. And if I were a man and this creature had dared admit such things in my presence.
Honey, I told you. I thoroughly checked on these stories. Wait till I'm finished. The trouble with Dame Blanche was that she couldn't put on her act anymore on Laurel. They got wised up after 2 or 3 dates with her, and then they quit. Judah goes on to another. The same old line, the same old act, the same old hooey. But the town was too small for this to go on forever. As time went by, she became a character, regarded as not just different, but downright loco, nuts. And for the last year or 2, she's been washed up like poison. That's why she's here this summer, visiting royalty, putting on all this act, because she's practically told by the mayor to get out of town. Yes. Did you know there's an army camp nearby, Laurel? And your sister was one of those places called Out of Bounds. Well, so much for her being a refined and particular girl. Which brings us to line number 2.
I don't want to hear any more.
She's not going back to school. In fact, I'm willing to bet you that she thinks she never had no idea of returning to Laurel. She didn't resign temporarily from the high school because of her nerves. No siree Bob, she didn't. They kicked her out of that high school before the spring term ended. And I hate to tell you the reason that step was taken. 17-year-old boy she's gotten mixed up with.
The farthest family world, just as funny as it can be.
This is making me sick.
Boy's dad learned about it and got in touch with the high school superintendent. Boy, oh boy, I'd like to have been there in the office when Dame Blanche called onto the carpet. I'd like to have seen her trying to squirm out of that one. But they had her on the hook, good and proper that time, and she knew that the jig was all up. They told her she better move on to some fresh territory. Yep, it was practically a town ordinance passed against her.
Stella,
Yes, Blanche?
give me another bath towel to dry my hair with.
Yes, Blanche.
What's the matter, honey?
Matter? Why?
You have such a strange expression on your face.
Oh, guess I'm a little tired.
Oh, why don't you bed too as soon as I get out?
How long is that going to be?
Not so terribly long. Possess your soul in patience.
Well, what do you think of it?
I don't believe all those stories, and I think your supply man is mean and rotten to tell them. It's possible that some of the things he said are partly true. There are things about my sister I don't approve of, things that cause sorrow at home. She's always been flighty.
Flighty?
But when she was young, very young, she married a boy who wrote poetry. He was very handsome. I think she didn't just love him, but worshipped the ground he walked on. Dordeman thought him almost too fine to be human. But then she found out.
What?
This beautiful and talented young man was a degenerate. Didn't your supply man give you that information?
All we talked about was recent history. That must have happened a long time ago.
Yes, it was. A very long time ago.
How many candles you putting on that cake?
I'll stop at 25.
Is company expected?
We asked Mitch to come over for cake and ice cream.
I wouldn't be expecting Mitch.
Why?
Well, Mitch is my best friend. We were in the same outfit together. 2 41st engineers. Lived in the same plant, same bowling team. I couldn't face him if...
Stanley Kowalski. Did you repeat what that?
Damn right I did. I couldn't have that on my conscience all my life. If I didn't tell him, let my best friend get caught.
Is he through with her?
Wouldn't you be? If...
I said, is Mitch through with her?
Well, not necessarily. He just wazzed up.
Stanley. She thought Mitch was going to marry her. I was hoping so too.
Well, he's not going to anymore. Maybe he was. But he's not going to be thrown to a tank of sharks now. Blanche! Oh, Blanche! Can I please get in my bathroom?
Yes, indeed, sir. Can you wait 1 second while I dry?
I'll wait an hour. I don't see how a second will make any difference.
And she hasn't got her job? Well, what will she do?
She's not staying here on Tuesday. You ought to know that. Just to make sure I bought her ticket myself. A bus ticket.
In the first place, Blanche wouldn't go on a bus.
She'll go on a bus. And she'll like it.
No, she won't. No, she won't, Stanley.
She'll go. Period. P.S. She'll go on Tuesday.
What'll she do? What on earth will she do?
Her future's mapped out for her.
What do you mean?
Hey, canary bird, Toots, get out of the bathroom.
I feel so good after a long hot bath. I feel so good and cool and rested.
Do you, Blanche?
Yes, I do. So refreshed. A hot bath and cold drinks always give me a brand new outlook on life. Something has happened. What is it?
Why, nothing's the matter, Blanche.
No, you're lying. Something has happened.